Hi, I'm Cash, and welcome to Cash Talks Football. This is where I break down goals scored in the Premier League, so you can either become a better coach, a better player, use some of my over 20 plus years of insight of being a coach to help break down the goals, and hopefully you might see something that you won't normally see. We are looking at the two of the worst teams in the Premier League, and it's not because they are terrible football teams, but it's because they're trying to play football. And normally when you come up, you're trying to make yourself hard to beat. But we're going to show you right now a bit of quality in football. Now, and also I'm going to show you playing out the back, what the difference is between teams that kind of get it right and teams that don't, right? So let's watch this. As we're playing the ball here, Bosch, little stop, standard, yeah, everyone's there. I quite like that the right back and the left back haven't gone for walkies. They're actually back behind the two centre midfielders. See those two guys? If you draw a line there, they're behind them. Perfect. Happy with that until the ball gets to this stage, and then I'd want you going forwards. So if you're ever thinking about that, when the ball goes into the middle here, as defenders, don't go past your two centre midfielders until they can turn, and you can get up and support them. Right, let's move forward. Bush, as we go, turn. Now we can turn. Now here's the difference. This is the difference from all the other players and teams and all the other rubbish that you watch in the Premier League. Obviously, some of the bigger clubs, teams can do this, but down here in the rubbish, in the rubbish bin of the Premier League, watch this. This is the difference. There we go. He made a run. He didn't just stay out wide. He curved himself in a little bit, got behind that player, and was able to make that. So they were able to make that pass. That's the difference. He actually made a bit of a run. He didn't stand stagnant on the touchline, holding his heels or doing anything stupid. He made a little outside to in run. So how does you do an outside to in run? You start on the outside. You run into the inside. Yay. Well done. You get a tick in the box for not being crap at the football. Off he goes. Now he's gone completely past their midfield. And as he all runs down, all he's got to do now is time his pass. That's all he's got to get right. And he does that perfectly. And on they go. Now, you can see that touch there from that defender. I think he should have got it. He doesn't. If we put that back for a second, here it goes. It's wearing number 4. Are you Harry Maguire in disguise? As he goes to touch the ball, watch, boom. You see he touches it. I'll get you a better angle in a minute so you can see it. It's one of those things where his feet just aren't quick enough. His brain isn't quick enough for his feet. Sorry, his feet aren't quick enough for his brain. Other way around. And that's why he's a defender. But he's going to have sleepless nights about that. Because I'll tell you this, as a player or anything you've done, you never ever remember all the goals you've scored. You only ever remember the ones you've missed or your mistakes. I'll tell you that now. So let's keep going forward. Bump as he goes. Keeper comes out too early not necessarily too early, but too far for me. I wouldn't want him to come past about that line there. He's just opened up the goal for him. So, I think he's done a terrible job. He gets an F- because you're rubbish at the football. He's just made it easy for the striker to go around him because the defender's still chasing him. Look, the defender's still with him, and he beats him. Makes it really easy. If he had stayed back a bit, it would have made it harder for the striker. Doesn't do that. Defender still might have got a challenge in by the box. Put off the striker. Doesn't happen. Easy 1-0. Let's get on to the next goal. Okay, so this is that pass through I want to show you, and I'll show you that defender having a little bit of a touch, like I always do. I think I'm going to finish talking about the goal. And I always go back because here we go. Dumph. It was right on his foot. Do we see that? It touched his inside of his left foot. That's because his head's down and he's racing, which is fair. So here's the problem. If he does what he's supposed to do, which is turn and look at the ball, right? He doesn't have time to because he knows he's in a foot race. He knows he's blasting down there. And he accidentally got it. The problem is he's a defender. If that's a striker or anyone else, they're having a perfect touch and taking the ball away. Not necessarily defender, no. Especially a centre-back, no. Terrible. Let's get on to the next goal. Okay, I quite like this goal. Not for the reasons you probably think. But here we go. We've got a guy out here. Not much is going on. Can't really get into the box. And what he does is he just floats one up. As he floats it up, we've got a big man here, and he's going to do what big men do up front. You don't really get much of this anymore. This is what's important, to have a good, solid striker up front that can hold the ball up, a bit of strength on them, because you can just float a ball in. It's absolutely nothing. I mean, there's nothing ball. He should have another player coming in to help him defend against this guy. As he drops in, they're 1v1 here at the back, which isn't ideal. You really want someone else to come in and help you, but this is what ends up happening. Donk knocks it down, one big man to the other, and they get themselves a simple goal. Simple goals win games sometimes. Nothing complicated. Just gets dropped in. Donk knocks it, turns, swivels, quick feet, puts it into the corner. Like it. I do like that. Well done. See, here's the problem with the defending. if you're going to defend it, you've got to be stronger. There's not much else you can do because they're all in the right place. They're all 1v1 there at the back. You might be able to stop the ball coming in, but that's the midfielder's job over there. But other than that, yeah, it's not bad. See, for trash teams, they score some all right goals. Let's get on to the next one. Here we go, last goal of the game. Burnley taking the winner. Yeah, just have a little watch. I think the keeper can do better. I don't think he's expecting it. But I just don't think the keeper's good enough. Like, it's not for this level. So here we go. Bump does him easily. So as soon as one of these things, like, you don't really have to, well, okay, we're talking about beating a player here. You don't really have to beat the player anymore. You can just push the ball past him if you're fast enough, get into that space and get your shot away. And that's exactly what happens here. This man stands and watches. I'd want him to close him down. And the reason why is because all of a sudden, in his eyes now, he's got the defender with him and someone else running in to close him down, and he'll panic. Big man number 11 here doesn't do that. So here we go. We move it forward. Buff, and he just wallops this. Just hits it. Goes in. Quality. Take your applause. Yeah, it wasn't really in the corner. It was kind of like, yeah, let's just go back just for a second because it's not really in the corner when it goes in. It's there. Look, it's not in the corner. We can even draw a line down there. Look, that's where it's gone in. And the keeper's nowhere near. Absolutely nowhere near. That shouldn't be going in there from that distance, but it is. That's why he's a bad goalkeeper. But we like the strike too. Two things can be true. The keeper can be bad, and that can be a good strike. Yeah, well done. I'll see you next time on Cash Talks Football.